Hey, Fiona, thank you very much for the comment. I like the fact that you're being proactive with your employees and with your boss, and I'm sure you feel good about that because you stay ahead of any issues. Then you're able to be proactive on those things instead of reactive. Now, a couple of things I want to point out. If you're doing them, great. If not, a couple of things to show and do to improve. One is standardize the meeting that you have with your employees on a daily basis, what's called a huddle meeting. What was yesterday's tasks? What was our plan? What was our actuals? And what are some of the issues? But also include some of the recognitions that you saw throughout the day. Now with your boss, the same thing. You have to standardize that meeting with them with an agenda, but with him or her, you have to talk about last week's plan, right? Plan and actual. Then this week's plan, what your objectives are and the things that you want to accomplish, and also some of the lost time issues or top issues that you're working with, but also the things that you're fixing as well. So those are the two things that I definitely suggest you do. Kind of standardize those things so you can stay way ahead of those things. And the third thing is to bring your people along, bring your coworkers along, and make sure that you're there for resource for them, so that because they may be struggling and you want to be some supportive to them, so that they can be proactive. Because once all your team is proactive at a leadership level, it makes a huge world of difference, and you can definitely see the results of that. Now, the last thing I want to make sure I mention is that you're doing a lot of good things. It sounds like you're doing a lot of good things. The thing you have to be, the thing you have to understand very clear is understand what the impact is of the things that you're doing. And what I mean is, if you're staying proactive with your team and your boss, so that means maybe you're planning a little bit better. You understand what the barriers are in resolving issues, but where is that going? Increase in customer service, increase in quality, increase in schedule adherence, increase in overall efficiency and effectiveness. Whatever those things are, there has to be an impact. You've got to understand those things. For example, if you're working at the zoo, so every one of your employees has a schedule of tasks. So if you observe them and go through the process and you say, hey, each of my employees has 10 tasks, but guess what? We became more efficient. Now every employee has 12 tasks and the same number of hours. We just figured how to be more efficient and effective. That's a 20% increase overall in your overall output of tasks, meaning that you're taking care of more of the tasks that you would later later in the day or later in the week. You're just bringing them up and being more effective, more efficient about that. That's a 20% increase overall. If you do that every week, wow, that's a huge improvement. That's a huge improvement. So you've got to understand the impact and communicate those with your employees and your boss.